Hello guys, and welcome to the new series we're going to run over the next week or 2 weeks or so over the channel, all about every team's transfers and who they should be targeting and players I think that would fit their system that they want to play in the Premier League. Starting with Arsenal, we're going to go alphabetical, we're going to keep it fair. Alphabetical is always fair. Let's get into it. Arsenal, obviously we all know, 2 goalkeepers right now, both want to be playing ball-playing keepers. Mainly putting out to the wide centre backs, but also being able to become composed in centre backs. Neither really manage it right now. They're both very much under pressure, thinking everyone's going to take the space, but they don't need another goalkeeper. They don't need another goalkeeper in the mix. Right, we're going to go through it as we do. Saliba, solid in the team, knows moving out of the team. Rice, the same, solid in the team, knows moving out of the team. Odegaard, knows moving out of the team. And Saka, no one is moving out of the team. It's a nice 4 that you have there. Ben White, pretty solid in that right back position, but can also play centre back. He is very comfortable in that right back position now and quite living life. Kai Havertz, a lot of people aren't a fan of him. A lot of people would want to see another centre mid come in January to see what they could do to replace him and what they could bring in really. So that's one position we're going to look at. Another position would be more of a centre back, and contemplating looking at that right back role because they do want to try and move into the way City play, which would mean getting a left back or that can play into this role and then moving into this, because Ben White can play the role, but decided to start the season with Thomas Partey starting at right back and then Ben White playing over here, and then they'll have like a left sided centre back over here and then a more central strong centre back here, and obviously someone moving into there, so we can look at that as well and add into that depth in the midfield. But so someone that can play right back, can play left back, can play a variety of positions really. Martinelli pretty solid as well. A lot of people are saying they need a new striker to get rid of Nketiah and Jesus. But you get to ask the question, where do Nketiah and Jesus go? They're both still good strikers. I don't think Tony will be necessarily needed in January, but he could eventually come. So I'm not going to speak about Tony on this video. We're going to speak about what I think they should do to fix their team. I'm also not a big fan of Gabriel. I think Gabriel's mistaken him, and although a lot of people from Arsenal will argue me in the comments, Gabriel's good, Gabriel's great, I don't see it. Right? He has good games every now and then. Saliba is a Rolls Royce. Gabriel is your bomb waiting to explode. So the position we're mainly looking at: centre backs, right backs, and centre mids. And the 3 main started to really think about when I was like, ooh, who could they get? And I really started with, if we go on to this, who does Arteta want? Who would Arteta want? And I think this guy would be great. If we go back to this so Marcus Llorente, it is, if you couldn't tell, Marcus Llorente would be great for this position because he does play right back. He's great at bombing up and down this side, but when needed, he can play in this role. And playing this role that they want Havertz in as well, where he kind of sits here and he can get a goal when needed as well. He's kind of a fill-all position player. He likes playing on this side mainly, play any of these positions really, and move up and down the pitch, very much like a shuttler, and loves to play in this role, in this spaces here, if he's not playing at right back, but he plays right back very well. And that could be a real option for, as I said, this formation where Ben White can play here, and then Saliba here, and then you have Gabriel over here as your left side centre back, and then have Llorente move into this position as City do, and it leaves Odegaard and Havertz to give more freedom and get further up the pitch whilst these guys jump there. And that's kind of what Arteta's going for. He is a Pep student. He wants to play like Pep does, and that's the best way I did it. In my summer transfer video, I did videos on TikTok for this. This is my YouTube series. I will be doing a TikTok series on this, but it'll be a lot quicker. Minute quick videos. These are talking about it, real talking about what we need doing. And I really do think that Llorente would be great in that role. A lot of people talk about Kimmich in that role. Kimmich obviously be class in that role as well. Kimmich very well at playing those both positions there. But Marcus Llorente, I just see it in him. I just see it as a potential. And then the next guy that they would be looking at, that I think they should be looking at, and I can't believe they're not looking at, is, I said I don't like Gabriel at centre back. I just don't. And I feel like they can upgrade there. And I was like, looking at who could they upgrade with, and Ezri Konsa, you know, he's getting an England team, and he should be getting an England team, and he's just performing for Villa. Right now, Villa have 3 centre backs that I'd say they'll say, oh, we don't need him. We get a bit of money for Konsa that can fund something else that we need and a bit more depth in other places. They have 4 centre backs altogether on the book, well 5 including Konsa. They have Pau Torres, they have Tyrone Mings, they have Diego Carlos, and they have Longley. Konsa is playing right back right now, and that really got me thinking about this role here as well when it's needed. Oh, I've just accidentally moved there we go. It's got me thinking about this role here that he's playing. Like, he can play in this role here, like Ben White plays, where he can get up the pitch, he can defend quite well as a right back, and then that means the Zinchenko can move over here. But I also think he's just a solid centre back altogether. I think he is class, and just bringing him into the team would add a lot of new variables to the team. Like, I know Kyriak's coming through, and Kyriak can play on this left-sided centre-back role, which Arteta kind of wants. And then you have Ben White here, and then you'd have Saliba down the middle, and that's why Gabriel didn't start games at the start of the season. But I feel like Konsa is more of a solid option to be playing in a free-back defence that's not really covered when you have this spread. I think Saliba down the middle, yeah, is perfect. But even Saliba on the left, and then maybe Konsa here, and then Ben White here, all works. And I feel like those are the 2 transfers that, rather than spending it all on a new striker, when you've got 2 strikers, you've got a young striker who's come through the academy, and you've got a striker that you bought from City, you spent 40 million on, and you want to play in your system, rather than spending another 40 million on Ivan Toney, and you don't need him, is fund it into positions where how you want to play, rather than that final end product to get us through the line on how we need to play. Get it on how Arteta wants to play. If Arsenal's focus is truly on Arteta, it should be on how Arteta wants to play. And you can see at the start of the season he wanted to do this and he just couldn't get it right, because Thomas Partey playing from right back there, he couldn't do it. It wasn't for him. So Ezri Konsa, Marcus Llorente, let me know what you think, Arsenal fans. I think those would be 2 class signings for you. I don't know how much it will cost you, obviously, and it is obviously January transfer window, so you probably only get 1 big transfer through the line, and you do really want Toney. I get that, but I just think the money can be spent better places, and then come into next season, buy that big striker and maybe someone better than Toney. I know there's not a lot of options out there that are better than Toney, but these younger options that you can invest in, like United have done this season, like Chelsea have done this season, and I know it's not come off great for them, but eventually it looks like it will. I do thank you for watching, guys. That is the video. That is the 2 transfers I think Arsenal should make in this window. I thank you for watching. If you like the video, please leave a like. Let me know in the comments who you'd like to see Arsenal to sign. Thank you for watching once again. If you want to see more of these, and we are going to put more of these out, subscribe and you can see them all. Villa coming next.